Warning, this video contains post-apocalyptic survivors.
Let's fight the algorithm!
Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode of your favorite weekly show, Brosmind TV!
Okay,
Brosmind TV broadcasting to the world.
yes, here we are, still alive.
Yesterday, 28th of April,
Yeah.
we live in chaos. There was a big blackout in Spain, Portugal, and part of France.
Yes,
And for a moment, we thought we were jumping into World War III.
yes. We ran to our homes very fast just to pick up the kids at the school. They say it wasn't necessary. We went to little stores to buy these little radios
Man, they
with
charged me,
batteries.
they charged me 25 euros for this little €9 thing.
Yeah.
But thanks to it, I was informed all the time.
I arrived home and I put, ¿cómo se dice? The bath, llené la bañera con las pelis, ¿no?
Yeah.
And yeah, we were kind of scared, thinking survival, but it seems everything got solved. But
I went back 6 hours later. But
Yeah.
at the beginning, we were in the studio and suddenly all the lights went off. Completely blackout. I mean, we gotta tell you guys that
Yeah.
the people that are not in Spain, it was a full blackout in terms of communications and light.
Yeah.
And for a moment, there were like no information. We went to the streets, and all the neighbors were a little bit nervous because there was this elder man who has this big old ghetto blaster with the radio on, saying
Yeah.
like, "There is a blackout. There's been a hacker attack in the whole Europe.
Yeah.
This might be the beginning of this crazy situation."
yeah, and then it was really impressive when they say it was in the whole Spain, you know,
Yeah.
because those blackout happens from time to time, but not that big,
Yeah.
and even in other countries. So we thought, man, what's going on there? And it was very impressive also to see Barcelona so full of people, a lot of people walking around, because you know the buses and the many trains were not working, so they were thinking going home walking.
Yeah, exactly. Everything was collapsed.
Yeah.
So it's strange. These situations really put you in the line like, man, what are we doing with our lives? We're all so connected that it's great, but at the same time, when things fail,
you have
we're
to
so
think,
disconnected and
yeah.
you don't really know. And remember the last thing I told my brother is like, okay, each of us, we're going to go and pick up our kids to school and try and be safe and see what's gonna happen. And we said, okay, if this keeps going, we'll see you Wednesday, 10 p.m. or 10 a.m.
Yeah,
here at
because
the studio.
You don't know. We have to reflect how dependent we are on the power grid, and also
Yeah.
in the electronic devices or in the mobile networks. Because, for
Yeah.
example, a lot of people couldn't work yesterday or even call their families. No, I
Yeah,
couldn't
exactly.
talk with my wife or anybody, and you know, many journalists weren't able to do their work.
Yeah.
They couldn't work with their mobile devices.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
everything
There was not,
down.
and crazily, you know, FM radio was the only thing to communicate with the population. And our own president didn't say anything until 6 hours later. What it was
Yeah.
crazy, you know. There were some people saying there was like a big hack thing situation. It was like big attack.
Yeah.
Then like 3-4 hours later, people were saying like might be like a power situation. You know, like the power net didn't work properly, so it burned out and it couldn't provide all the electricity. But we were not informed all the time. And the crazy thing is that there were people like us that we were really worried. But at the same time, when you were walking down the streets, like people were like super relaxed, man. They were getting beers in the streets
Yeah,
of
they were
Barcelona,
on the-
nice weather. So you really think like, man, we are so connected that it gives us all this stress, and we're
No.
afraid of everything.
Yeah,
and at the
no.
end, life is much more simple. And
Yeah, but the thing is that here in Spain, it was such a nice day yesterday. No,
Yeah.
it was a sunny day, and it's like we're in spring. That today I was listening the radio. They say that if this should happen in winter,
Yeah.
or for example in summer, which is very hot, and you cannot use your AC at home, air
exactly.
condition stuff,
like
and all
extreme
that.
weather
Or
situations.
for example at night, because all the light was recovered maybe at 10 at night, the latest.
Yeah.
No, so you know it wasn't that dramatic. But imagine this happens at night. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the feeling of being alone even if you're not alone, you know, having your phone, your cell phone with no reception or anything, it makes you feel scared. And I don't know why, because you were surrounded by other people.
Yeah.
So I think this is a moment to think about it
Yeah.
and do a reflection. Do we
Yeah.
need all this gear? Do we need everything? I don't think so. That's why we're going to enjoy life more than ever. And it's a great excuse because next week we're going to be at the Off Festival in Barcelona and we're going to be celebrating life. We're going to be having a great time, and this is communication for you all.
Yeah.
Go.
Just an advice: buy batteries just in case.
Yeah, exactly.
Buy radios, these little radios.
FM batteries.
Yes,
Man,
and
there are
think,
all these theories
yeah,
actually.
Think,
you know,
how dependent are you from technology? Maybe in your work you should have a a plan B, you know, a B plan. Or
yeah,
something.
because man, they're making us paranoid. You know, a few
Yeah.
weeks ago they were telling us to have all these 72-hour survival kit at home with their FM and radio batteries
Yeah.
and stuff, and suddenly this happened.
Maybe
so
this
what's
is
going
just
on?
to
What's
scare
going
us.
on?
No, maybe
yeah.
this is made by purpose to scare the population. We don't know.
I don't know, but we know we love each other. We love you. Just go and talk to your family, talk to your friends, and enjoy life every second, because you never know what's gonna happen. We live in this crazy world, but we're here with you. So hopefully we'll see you next week on Tuesday or on Thursday at the Off Festival. Thank you very much. See you next week. We love you.